He, yeah, third grade. He always introduced me. This is Bobby, my partner, and I'm gonna say business partner, Paulie. But Paulie's been doing this a long time. He kind of gave you a short bio right there. But the man is a wealth of knowledge. The enthusiasm he has for this business, the passion he has, if you don't see it, your wood's wet. But listen to Paulie, the short introduction about what we do and how we do it, and he can do it like nobody else. And again, Paul put this together. A lot of kudos for putting this event together, Paul.
Thank you, Bobby. So I put these events together for all of you guys. The biggest thing is we need to work together. And again, as I was just saying, the insurance companies, how they've taken advantage of these property owners and us as business owners. We need to be a team. And the reason I put these up here is to educate everybody. These are all great people. Lansing Building Supply, Simonton Windows, Hardy. We use them. That's why they're here. I do not put anybody up on our panel that does not have integrity and does not align with our vision. And our vision is to help. And I say this at every if anybody knows me in all the panel events that I've put on, the first and foremost thing I say is we care. And if you're here to help, the money will come. I'm not here to make money first. I'm here to help people. The money will come. We all come to make money to support our families and have a living, make a living, but you got to have a giver's heart. And if you don't have a giver's heart, it's never going to work. So I just want to say that every person on here I know personally, I work personally with, and that's why I put these panels to bring them to you to help you guys because I trust them wholeheartedly. And they all know this. Me and Harvey actually were just talking earlier with our other company, Storm Consultants, is I put vendors together on the Storm Consultants. But if you have a lower rating than a 4.5 on your Google and you have a poor reviews on your Better Business Bureau, I can't put you on. Just sorry, I can't do it because I have to take care of you guys. You guys are our business partners and our clients, and that's what I want to make sure. So that's why I put these together for you guys. So I want to thank, first off, Simonton Windows, James Hardy, and Lansing for being a part of this and sponsoring the event and seeing the vision. Same thing with Lou. Like I said earlier, Lou did my company's OSHA 10 class. I talked to Lou and I said, hey, I love what you're doing. I've been in this business 25 years and I've never had our insurance company come to us and say, hey, you got a job going, we'll come out and take a look at that job and give you a safety plan so you know how to go forward with that. Because a lot of guys don't know how to do that. So his company's willing to do that. He's also willing to come there and do your OSHA 10 and your OSHA 30 for all your people. Again, I don't know any insurance company that just tells you they're going to do that. Or your agents like Brian that are going to call you and say, hey, I'm going to try to save you guys money. Kim, testing. Everybody here, if you're in the Florida area and you have homeowners and property owners and commercial buildings, you're going to need testing at some point. And the testing goes hand in hand. The testing is going to be talking to Simonton Windows, say, because of installation. So then you got to talk to Kim to have it looked at. Then you're going to Harvey. Harvey needs that report to help get you guys paid. So there's a trend here. Same thing with Anthony. We use Anthony. There's a water loss. We call Anthony. Anthony comes out and explains things. The biggest thing till this year, a lot of people did not know about restoration was Category 3 water. I just had this conversation today at church. We were at a church function for awards given, and I was talking to them about, I went to a church here, a very large church here in Fort Myers after the hurricane, and went to volunteer. Well, they were giving PPE out, but when we got to the house, I walked into this lady's house, and all of a sudden we're all getting sick. Well, they had 8 feet of water in her house. Sat there for 2 weeks in all the debris on the sides of the roads. You've got to be careful. And I was teaching this to the church today, and we're partnering with the church for an initiative to help churches all through Florida when the next hurricane comes out. Because, again, that's what I want to do. I want to help and educate. And we're going to put a safety video for them together in the correct PPE. But as Anthony will tell you, and any restoration company in here knows, that if you get cut by a nail or something sharp, there's flesh-eating bacteria. After Hurricane Ian, there was 28 cases of flesh-eating bacteria that people did not know in 2 weeks' time. I'm in this house, and the floorboards are falling in because the subfloor was rotted because it had all that water that had sit in there. This poor lady at this house wanted to save everything. I had to get everybody out of there within 5 minutes and tell everybody, nope, we got to get out of there. Every one of us got sick for about an hour and a half after from being in that house that long. We went back to the church and explained to the church what happened, and unfortunately they wanted no part of it because there was a liability factor, which we didn't care, but we wanted to educate them. So where I'm going with that is after a storm, you need to call your professionals. Same thing for contractors with claim pay. I know these gentlemen very well. They've been with us since our second panel event that I've had. So they've been with us for a long time as partners with us. And I believe in their product, and I believe in their heart, how they try to help people and keep the flow going. And then Harvey Cohen down here. He's another great partner that I bring to this. Harvey Cohen, if everyone doesn't know, is one of the people that has pioneered the insurance claim industry, helping clients get paid by the insurance company. So I don't know if a lot of people know that about Harvey. But Harvey has 70 attorneys. He's a large attorney firm. I have a personal relationship with Harvey. So I just don't bring somebody that's a name. And everyone sees Harvey stuff around because he's out there to support. But I just don't bring him here because he's a name. We have a personal relationship. I can pick up my phone and call Harvey at any time, and he'll answer the phone. So I just want to put that out there for you guys with, storm consultants. When we do consulting, we consult and bring you guys the experts. Steve Harmon. So I recommend Steve Harmon. Chris and Michael over there, public adjusters. We work well hand in hand with those guys as well. We're all partners. So anything that anybody here needs, we have an expert. I've been in the industry for a long time. I know people all across the country. We've done hailstorms. I've got partners, other partners that are manufacturers like Simonton. I'm friends with IKO reps that I have good relationships. ABC Supply. So we have the people that if you guys need the help, we're here to help with storm consultants. I have another friend here that's here, Jason Elmer. He's a roofing consultant. So I have the people that we bring around here. I have installers here that I work with and partners I work with. Shane does a lot of stuff with us. Larry does a lot of our siding work and a lot of other things. Steve, I know Steve, and he has a restoration company. So I can go on and on with the people that are in here that I know we try to bring to you guys. So if anybody ever needs help with their claim, Storm Consultants is here to help. We can help teach other people, if you don't know how to work a claim, how to do the claim correctly and honestly and take care of your clients. Well, you hopefully wanted to call me at the beginning, but I have a lot of people that call me right now that have a public adjuster and they're stalled and they can't go anywhere. So I have to look at the claim and see what the public adjuster has done, and then I'll refer them to, if I need to, I'll either call that a public adjuster for that client and help them to see where they're at, or I'll have them call someone like Harvey and put them with there, and then Harvey will contact that public adjuster. That public adjuster still gets paid. He makes sure they get paid, but he, at the end of the day, he's going to make sure that claim gets paid, and he's going to make sure it gets paid correctly. And Harvey's going to use somebody like Kim to go do testing. So, there's a lot of good and bad with that. One of the things I want to touch on real quick is, does everyone know that the law, today is 1 year anniversary of Hurricane Ian? So there's a big misconception out there, and I was talking to a public adjuster and a couple other people today about this. Do you know that with Hurricane Ian, your guys are grandfathered in for 2 years for your claim? So don't take this misconception that's running out there, and do not let the insurance company tell you if you call them to file a claim that you can't do it no more. Right now, though, after 1 year, you file a claim, you're going to need someone like myself, Harvey, public adjusters, to help you with your claim because they are not going to want to pay it. I can tell you a quick story on that aspect. I have a friend that's very well known in Southwest Florida. He called me up, said, hey, I had a roofer come over, look at my roof right after the storm. The roofer did not know, he's a retail roofer, so he's never done storms, so he didn't know what to look for. So he said, hey, I have a patio home. My home's connected to another home. He said, that house just got paid for by the insurance company, by an attorney, got him paid. Can you come and look again? Went and looked. Sure enough, found nail holes all over the place because the tiles had came out, the screws had backed out, and there's slippage all over. He calls the insurance company, and I will even name the insurance company because it's a disgrace. Bad faith. Tower Hill. Calls Tower Hill. says, hey, I've got a claim. And the first thing they said, because this just happened 2 weeks ago, why'd you take so long to file a claim? He goes right into it. I had somebody look. Then my neighbor got approved. I had another person that I know that's been in the business 25 years came look. He says, yes, I have damage. From there, the lady says, okay, well, we have preferred contractors. Would you like to use one of my preferred contractors? He said, absolutely not. I'm happy with my contract. Okay, files the claim, hangs up. 15 minutes later, oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but since you have a tile roof, it's now our policy, and this is bad faith, 100%, and Harvey can tell you this, it's now our policy that because you have a tile roof, we're sending an engineer out. You're trying to tell me that on every claim that you have at Tower Hill, you've sent an engineer on tile roofs. No way. Not possible. So that's bad faith right there. Then that he schedules the engineer, calls me, says, hey, Paul, can you come this day? Yep, I'll come and look. 15 minutes after that, the insurance agent calls him. The insurance agent tells him, are you sure you want to file a claim? He goes, I've already filed the claim. What are you talking about? Well, your roof is 22 years old. What's 22 years have to do with it? You've been taking my premium payment every month, so I should have coverage, correct? Oh, well, because the age of your roof, we shouldn't probably, you shouldn't probably put a claim in because they could drop you. And then if you hire an attorney, we're for sure going to drop you. That's a lot of bad faith. And so this gentleman knows the insurance industry because he's been in the medical field, and he just laughed. And when the lady went to hang up with him, she goes, okay, well, since you're going to still put the claim in, are you sure you don't want to use our preferred vendor? So he says no, and he goes with us. Matter of fact, so here's the last part of this. So I go and meet with the engineer. The guy shows up with flip-flops. Gets on the roof. He doesn't even want to get in the crawl space. I've done this business long enough to know what they should be doing. When he didn't want to get on the roof first, I knew something was funny. So we walk around the property, show him everything on the property. We get up on the roof. He was on the roof 5 minutes, got off, said, oh, have a good day. So that's what people get, what you're getting here from the insurance companies these days, and it's sad. They're not being honest. They're not training, or they're not treating people the way they're supposed to be. Last story I'm going to say real quick is when I became an insurance adjuster in 2004 for a company called Pilot, I was in a class with 500 people. And here's the insurance company stand. And everybody needs to know this about the insurance company. I worked for Pilot, who did State Farm and Allstate claims at the time. We had 4 hurricanes in Florida. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. The last day they go to say, hey, we're going to send you to Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's going to be your area. But before you guys leave, there's 2 things you can't pay for. Okay? Well, I'm from upstate New York, so I don't know what a screen enclosure is, but you can't pay for screen enclosures. You can only pay for a repair. Secondly, they said, you can't pay for tile roofs. And I raised my hand, and I said, well, I got State Farm for my insurance. I said, my understanding is if I get damage, you pay my claim. The guy laughs at me in front of 500 people and says, you don't understand, do you? I said, well, what are you talking about? He's like, we don't answer to policyholders. We answer to stockholders. That's all you need to know about insurance company, guys. They're not on your side. So be careful. Make sure you have somebody that can help you, that's going to be responsible with your claim. If you need a public adjuster, a contractor, an attorney, make sure that's who you hire. And the last thing I'm going to say is, Renegade Roofing, we offer roofing, general contracting. Anybody needs any help, let us know. We do windows, fencing, screen enclosures, roofs. We're here to help everybody. If anybody needs to partner up. And the last thing, like I've said this a couple times, but one of the things that people are doing right now, how many public adjusters do I have in the room? All right. What's tomorrow? What can public adjusters start doing tomorrow? Can start charging 20%. So there's good and bad attorneys, good and bad public adjusters, good and bad roofers. How many public adjusters that have a claim right now are going to tell their homeowner, well, since tomorrow's the day I can charge you 20%, are going to do that? Well, we know there's some out there because we've heard them say that. So be careful and educate your friends and your family to go with a public adjuster that you've been with that's going to treat the people properly. Not wrong. This is a big problem that's going to happen starting tomorrow, is you're going to have guys and I hate to say it, but from the other coast that we all know gives bad names to the PA world, are going to start telling all their people, oh, well, you've been with us. Oh, well, we haven't got it approved yet, but we're going to supplement your claim, and now we're not charging you 10%, we're charging you 20%. So before that happens, either call another public adjuster, call Harvey Cohen to help, because that's going to be a problem, a huge problem.